Let's go ahead and pull out the Sultry palette by Anastasia, and we're going to go into the color Birch, and we're going to be using this as our transition color. I'm using a Morphe brush. I just don't remember the number, but I'll list everything that I did use in today's video down below for you guys. So I haven't been filming a lot of Halloween tutorials, and the reason is because right now I'm currently filming on my Sony, the a6000 camera, and that one's normally just meant for vlogging, not really to sit on for a long period of time filming. I've tried to film the mermaid one. It was a disaster. It kept turning on and off. The battery kept getting really hot. Right now my Canon is getting worked on because it's not working, so I'm getting that fixed at the moment. So that's the reason why I haven't been uploading a lot of Halloween tutorials. So it's super frustrating, but I gotta work with what I have. So that's why I did a very simple vampire makeup look today for you guys. Now, enough talking. I just wanted to really explain that to you guys. I'm still working on that transition color, moving the colors back and forth, and just making sure that we have a good placement before we go in with darker shadows. Now I'm going to go ahead and darken up my crease. I'm going to go into Dystopian, and then I switch over to a MAC brush. I'm going to go ahead and just warm up the crease, and that's the only place that we're going to actually leave the eyeshadow. We're really going to warm up the crease a lot, and then I do keep going back and forth to Birch and Dystopian just to blend both of them together. And you definitely want to take your time and make sure that it's all blended, especially when doing a smoky eye. You just want to make sure that you can really see a nice ombre effect and it doesn't look like panda eyes. You really want to make sure when it comes to a smoky eye to make sure that everything looks seamless and blended and really well put together. So take your time, be patient. Just like I mentioned, I'm going back into Birch and just blend out the edges. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take this BUXOM eyeshadow called LBD, and it's a nice black matte eyeshadow. I'm going to go ahead and use the same MAC brush, and I'm going to start to warm up my crease and do the exact same thing that we did with Dystopian. Now, the reason why I do this is because once you go in with the black gel liner and then you go back in with eyeshadow, it all blends in really well together and it makes it so much easier for you. So definitely you guys use this tip. Trust me, doing smoky eyes, it's going to seriously change your life when you do that extra step. Jumping back into Dystopian, I'm going to go ahead and just blend out the edges and blend these shadows all together. Just keep in mind to also be very light-handed, so I only dip a little bit of the tip of the brush into the eyeshadow, and then I use very soft strokes. You want to be very gentle and very soft when it comes to a smoky eye. Alright guys, so now it's time for the gel liner, and the one I'm going to be using today is from Sigma, and it's their Wicked Gel Eyeliner. And the reason why I do use a gel liner, I just want like my eyeshadow to pop out more and be more darker and more smoky. And of course you guys, with this liner, it's an 8-hour wear. It's also waterproof, smudge, and fade resistant, so it's definitely not gonna go anywhere, especially on a Halloween night. We definitely want our smoky eye to stay smoky for the whole night. And I'm using the Anastasia brush that came into the Sultry palette. I'm using the flat side. So now it's time to actually set the liner. So I'm going to go back into that same BUXOM eyeshadow, and I'm going to pat the eyeshadow where I did place the liner, and then we go back into the crease and just blend everything. So this is the part where it really takes like the longest, because you just want to make sure that it looks perfect and that way it doesn't look messy, and you really want to take your time to make it look clean. So be patient. I know smoky eyes can be very tricky, but it's seriously so worth it at the end. Going into the BUXOM Hold the Line waterproof eyeliner, I'm going to go ahead and tide line my eyes, and then I'm also going to place this into my waterline and smoke out my lower lash line. This is in the shade Calm Me, which is just a nice black eyeliner. Going back into Dystopian and then that BUXOM black eyeshadow, I'm going to go ahead and just smoke out my lower lash line. Now it's time for skin, you guys. I'm going to go into the Huda Beauty Faux Filter High Coverage Foundation in the color Shortbread. Now, I know it's super lighter than my skin tone, and that's okay in this case since vampires are pretty pale. But right now I still have my summer tan going on, so I think I'm going to go back into the store and get a darker shade and then just keep this one because in the wintertime I do get more pale. So I am using a Real Techniques beauty sponge to apply the foundation, and my thoughts on the foundation is that it's pretty matte. So if you guys are dry skin, I probably wouldn't recommend this foundation, but I felt like it was a little too dry. I like my foundations to be dry, but yet not super matte. But I'm not mad at it because it does cover really well, and it's for sure it is full coverage. For concealer, I'm going to go into the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Swan. To set everything, I'm going to go into my AIRSPUN. For bronzer today, I'm going to go into the Bahama Mama bronzer. And this is from the BALM Cosmetics. I'm going to go ahead and apply just a little bit of bronzer. And then I'm going to go back into the Sultry palette. And I'm going to dip into the eyeshadow called Slate, which is a nice matte gray. Since vampires seem to be more on the gray side and not super bronze, but I wanted to mix both of those so that way it's not so harsh with just the gray. And I'm going to be using that around the perimeters of my face, my temples, and of course my cheekbones. I'm also going to take a little bit more of that gray eyeshadow and place it underneath the eyes to make them look a little bit more tired and gray. Now it's time to show you guys how I created my vampire bite. So I'm taking this liquid latex and I'm using toilet paper, and to apply the liquid latex to my skin I'm using a cotton swab, and I'm going to be placing where I'm going to be adding the toilet paper. I think I did about 3 layers, so you want to make sure that it's pretty thick so that way once you go in there and open up like the wound you have enough and you're not cutting your skin. So make sure that you are applying more layers, that way it also looks more realistic. Once you are satisfied with the layers, I go into my Anastasia tweezers and I start to open up just the center. And what you're going to be doing is pulling the toilet paper and liquid latex, and you're going to try to open up the wound. As you guys can see here, I'm just taking it pieces by pieces and just opening up the toilet paper so that way it kind of looks like open skin. Just be careful not to actually cut your skin, so that's why I said it's super important to add more layers and layers so that way you prevent from hurting yourself. Then going back into that gel liner, you guys, go ahead and fill in the little holes. Alright you guys, now it's time to add some lips. I'm going to go into the Profusion Lipstick Liquid Lipstick in the shade Fantasy. These are only $5. You can definitely find them at Target, and I absolutely love the shade for fall. And then for blood, you guys, we're going to go into the GRAFTOBIAN blood paste. I've been trying to find this blood for like the longest time, and you can definitely find it at Amazon. And I'm using those little sponges that have all the holes in them that you can definitely find in like every Halloween kit. I buy these every single year. I just feel like it makes it look so realistic, and I just love these sponges. I have so many. And then I'm going to go in with a little spatula, and I'm going to add the fake blood to myself. This is like the more thicker blood, and I absolutely love it. I've been trying to find, like I mentioned, this blood for like the longest. Makes everything look so realistic and so cool. And that's pretty much it, you guys, for this quick and easy Halloween look. If you don't have any looks for Halloween, this is definitely a last minute. Wear black, all black, and then of course you can add the fake fangs and also add some pretty cool contacts. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe to my channel and give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Have a safe Halloween. Los quiero mucho. See you next time. Bye.